Wasn't Julia eliminated last week?
Shh! The last rose.
Why did you pause the show?
What the heck?
So there I was, right, in the studio, working my tail off, and I'm like, where's everybody at? You guys in here watching some show?
Steven, if you don't hit play right now, I'm going to break every bone in your body.
Listen, you know what? Let's just get to work and get out of here and go. Come on, chop, chop, chop. Burning daylight out here.
You're the worst.
There's only 12 hours of sunlight. You don't want to lose it all. Unnecessary. Unnecessary. Get out there to work. Come on, Julia. Come on, Julia. No! So, you guys, we got a show coming up. We need some skit ideas. Anybody?
Why don't we do a show like The Office, but about us?
Don't be tacky, Andrew, okay? All right. Who else has any ideas? Lexi.
What if we did a segment where there was a challenge with the guests and the host?
That's literally what past curfew did.
Don't you ever say that again! Look, you guys, okay, I know I'm kind of, intimidating, but I want your best ideas, okay? So think of me as Big Papa Grizzly Bear, okay? I can give you a big hug, or I can bite your head off and turn you into an example.
Don't you mean make an example of us?
This Andrew guy, I might have to bite his head off.
I think the show will be fun. Sorry, Caleb was standing right there. This show will definitely be the death of us. Can't wait.
Hello, and welcome to Overexposed.
Riker, what the freaking frack? Don't come back. Are you doing? This is our show. This is a show that highlights the goings on of the Comm Arts Department. It has two hosts.
One host.
Two hosts.
I have a wonderful show for you guys tonight.
We have a wonderful show for you guys tonight.
But before we get to the good stuff, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Not yet. We have to see what scenes come from the hat that was thrown onto set.
Nice catch.
You know what? It was pretty low. Hi, welcome to Scenes from a Hat. I'm your host, Caleb TT Showbiz. The extra T is for extra talent. And these lovely people joining us in the studio are Elise Barboza, Seth Rosno, Trey Murray, and Denise Sorens. They will be playing a series of improv games. Now I'm going to give you guys a prompt from this hat, hence the name, and you will give me a response. All right? Things you don't expect to hear when you pick up a seashell. Go.
My mother.
Okay.
Moo. Put me back!
The British are coming.
Bad parental motivational speeches.
Now remember, kids, do your drugs, stay in milk, and drink your school.
I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah.
You're adopted, but we'll still sell you.
The next prompt is things you can say about your meal, but not about your girlfriend.
It's just not quite hot enough.
Could use a little more sauce.
There's a little too much fat.
Those eggs aren't quite cooked yet, huh?
Now, we are going to go to a game show. Our last game is called Find Me a Mans, the game show where our contestant, Denise Sorens, will be asking her potential bachelors a series of calculated questions in order to find her future husband and more. Let's get started. You can ask the first question, Denise.
Okay. Bachelor number 1, what is the longest you've ever slept for?
14 hours.
All right.
Bachelor number 2, your answer?
About 16 hours.
Oh, impressive.
Very good.
Bachelor number 3?
I say about 10 hours.
Wow.
Disappointing. Okay, I've got more questions here. Bachelor number 1, what do you think Shrek meat tastes like?
I have no idea.
Bachelor number 2, do you have a better answer for me?
I believe it tastes very bitter. Tastes like it contains a lot of toxins and a lot of bad things for the environment.
My next question. Okay, Bachelor number 1, what was the last show you binge watched?
Friends.
Gross.
Bachelor number 2?
The last show I binge watched was probably Paw Patrol.
Solid answer. Bachelor number 3?
Office stays on. Office.
Nice.
Good. What are some obscure things that you are or were really into?
Collect grains of salt. I also like to visit various haberdasheries around the nation, and that's about it.
Interesting. Bachelor number 3?
Just hood rat stuff, my friends.
What does that entail?
Just hood rat stuff, my friend.
Tell me, out of these 3 eligible bachelors, who would you pick to be your mans?
It's a great question. Out of the 3 of them, Bachelor number 3 was promising, but I'm a little concerned by the hood rat tings.
Oh, yes, yes.
Bachelor number 1 sounds like a great guy, but he just seems a little basic for me. Yeah. I'm a very lively woman.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to go with Bachelor number 2.
Bachelor number 2, can you please step out here and meet Denise?
That's me.
How are you doing, Denise?
I'm doing good.
Nice to meet you.
And by the power invested in me, you two are. Coming back, we'll have an exclusive interview with Jonathan Taylor, and later we'll debut Rye Breezy in the Screets. Screets. I know what I said. We'll be right back.
True Moo. What does it take to be set apart, exclusive, to be chosen the beverage of academia? It takes a fine touch, elegance, smooth, silky quality, hard squeezed from the finest cow of Oak Farms. We bring you the only True Moo.
Welcome back to the show. We have a very special guest tonight. He has an album out right now on all streaming platforms. Please give it up for my guest, Jonathan Taylor.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us today, Jonathan. It's really fun to have you here in the studio.
Absolutely. I'm honored to be here. It's a pleasure to be here.
So we actually had your roommate, Evan Jones, here for our very first episode last week. So 2 musicians in one room. Do you ever think that y'all are going to collaborate on anything, do any songs together?
You know, I can't make any official statements, but there's definitely a lot of chemistry going on between us, and there's a lot of work that we do together, and I say chemistry a moment ago because that song was actually a collaboration between the 2 of us.
So when would you say in your life you had a moment that just called you to be a musician?
There was a summer at youth camp right before my senior year of high school, and that's when I really felt called to be in the ministry of music and minister to God's heart through music, and to just try and be a light to people through music. And that's what I've been chasing ever since. That's the reason why I come to SAGU, and that's why I do what I do.
On your album that's released right now, Nightmares and Daydreams, can you tell me what your influence was on that album, specifically the songs Reckless and Dreamin'?
I was watching a lot of the show Stranger Things, and I just wanted to write something that had like that level of nostalgia. And so it bled into all the lyrics, it bled into the synth sounds, it bled into the full band, just sort of 80s synth pop sound of it. And I actually wrote that song on my birthday this summer. I just had a long morning, and that's how that song came to light.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us into the studio. Go check out Nightmares and Daydreams on all streaming platforms. And now let's go see what they whipped up for this week's editing challenge with the less funny.
Hello, and welcome to this week's editing challenge. I'm James, and for Valentine's Day, I decided to make a giant heart-shaped cookie for my girlfriend Esther, and on top of that, we documented the entire process. And we've handed off the footage to these two lovely editors right here.
Hi, I'm Lexi.
And I'm Caleb Garrison, the host of this show.
I'm the director of this show.
No one asked you, Lexi.
All right, now let's see what our editors have come up with. Caleb, we're going to start with your footage first.
The better footage.
Wow, Caleb, that was an amazing edit. Now walk us through your thought process behind it.
All right, well, I like to show the journey. I like to show that you made this from scratch. You made it especially from the heart for your girlfriend. And it just to see all that footage, see you making it, and then just to see her smile so big and stuff and give you a big hug afterwards. That was really the story that I was trying to tell.
All right, that's great. Now let's move on to Lexi's edit.
You haven't seen my video yet. Oh, you're about
I'm about to play it.
All right, let's play it.
Love can't always be this easy. Time seems to stand still when you're standing near me. I spent my whole life second guessing everything, but now I'm sure it's you that I've been waiting for.
Wow, Lexi, I love that edit. That made me really emotional. Now, walk us through your thought process behind it.
Okay, so the first thing that I did was, I got 80 gigs worth of footage. So the first thing I did was look through all of them and choose, the bits and pieces that I wanted to use in the video. And then before I actually put it together, I looked at the song that I was looking for. I wanted it to be a little bit more upbeat, and not so much talking about the creation of the cookie, but y'all's relationship as a whole. And I wanted to try to figure out a way how I can portray that. Because in my head, I love stories. I love storytelling, so in my head, I pictured the cookie being y'all's foundation of the relationship. More as the song progressed, and the more that you built the cookie, it actually showed, okay, this is what love is made of. So
that is beautiful. I love seeing both of y'all's perspectives on this edit and how two people can have the same footage and make completely different products that have completely different visions and directions. And I just think it's amazing what you can do with editing and just with creativity behind that. All right. Thank you for joining us for this segment. And
who do you think was the better one?
It was mine, right, buddy?
It was mine, right?
We're all winners.
It was mine, right?
No, we're all winners today.
Yeah.
And okay, all right. Now before this conflict, we're gonna head over to Rye Breezy in the streets.
And I'm here with Luz. Luz, okay, what is your secret talent?
I can, I'm double jointed.
Can we see?
Oh! I can like turn it almost all the way around.
Oh, how you walk with me.
Oh! I'm gonna wiggle her ears. Hold on. Yes. Dolphin.
One of my secret talents is I can juggle.
Let's see it.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
It's there.
Let's keep it hidden.
You're gonna think pretty soon. What's it about?
I was just gonna ask.
Is it gonna be quick?
Yeah, I was just literally gonna ask what your secret talent was.
I can do tricks on this.
Can you please demonstrate?
No.
I feel like I have a secret talent of being able to run really fast.
So, nice weather.
Lovely weather.
Ah, that was definitely a mile. There you have it. Rye Breezy in the streets.
Hi, welcome back to Caleb in a Corner, the show where I get to explain the faults of movies in a deadpan, but also somewhat charming way. I'm your host, Lionel Rockwell. With Valentine's Day right around the corner, I thought this might be the best time to look at my top 10 favorite TV show couples because I have nothing better to do in God's green earth. Nothing from Friends will be on this list, however. They won't be here for you. Number 10, Mike and Dell, Stranger Things. Aww, just aww. Number 9, April and Andy, Parks and Rec. I'm not sure how a pairing between the deadpan sarcastic April and the goofy Labrador-esque Andy would work in real life, but in sitcom land, it works wonderfully. Andy's the only person who can make April smile, and without April, Andy would probably not know how to clothe himself, which is probably unlikely. Number 8, Hyde and Jackie, that 70s show. I am so
mad at how they ended. They were perfect for each other.
Let's go to the next one. Number 7, Michael and Holly, The Office. Just two dorks being adorkable. You know how they be on the streets. Number 6, Sherlock Holmes and John Watson. Wait, how did my fan fiction get in here? Next one. Number 6, Schmidt and Cece, New Girl. Though in the beginning they were engaged in a one-sided relationship, the magic of chemistry broke down walls enough for these two to see that they're soulmates. Really wish I could have that. Number 5, Jake and Amy, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What started as a childish and distracting rivalry blossomed into a childish and distracting courtship, which I know will turn into a childish and distracting marriage. I couldn't be more proud. Number 4, Rory and Amy, Doctor Who. And now you get to see how much of a nerd I really am. Rory and Amy have a love that saves the galaxy. Now, would we be able to wait 2,000 years for our true love to be recovered from a stasis after we kind of accidentally became a robot and shot her? Yeah, I'm not making that one up. That's in the show. Number 3, Jim and Pam, The Office. Ah, yes, the will they, won't they romance that destroyed 3 years of my life. Jim and Pam are Americans' couple, even though Pam is sometimes kind of the worst. The slow burn of their intra-office crush, marked by the inside jokes and pranks, made their union all the more squeal-worthy. Number 2, JD and Turk. What better way to lead into my number one couple than not a couple at all, even though...
Dude, we're a little married.
I know. I love it.
They're a little married. Number 1, Ross and Rachel, Just Kidding. Number 1, Marshall and Lily, How I Met Your Mother. Before you bring up the 9th season of How I Met Your Mother, I want you to think back to all the good of the previous 8 seasons. The duck tie, the legendary stories, and of course, Marshall and Lily. These two were meant to be together from the very start. Over the course of the show, we see them grow up as a couple, from getting engaged, married, pregnant, to dealing with tragedies and reconciling broken relationships. Marshmallow and Lily Pad have enough love to warm my cold and dead heart. Thank you for joining us for Caleb in a Corner. I will now go and eat pizza rolls and watch The Princess Bride 7 times in a row. Have a great Valentine's Day.
Thank you for watching Overexposed. I'll be back in 2 weeks for new shenanigans.
We'll be back in 2 weeks for new shenanigans. Remember that reality is an illusion and to buy gold. Bye. If you wanna be my lover, gotta get with my. Hey, waka away.
And when I smile,
Ha. The whole world
stops and stares for a while, 'cause boy, I'm amazing.
Whoa.